Check this out.
Welcome to BLPA Big Show. Hockey sports, life for the adult athlete. Yeah. Powered by the Beer League Players Association.
Better follow me.
Follow us, the BLPA, on every social media outlet. Follow the crew on Twitter at Nicker Jones.
Let's get it. Here we go.
Welcome to the greatest sports show in the world. Good week, everybody. What's going on? Hope you have had a good Christmas. This is our last show of 2021. I'm here with my buddy Jason. Jason, what's shaking?
What's going on, Nick?
You know, just hanging out in Alberta where it's minus bajillion degrees.
That does not sound fun. Here in Nashville, it is a nice, cool, like 67 right now. So I'm gonna wash my car when we're done talking.
Did you say 67 or 57?
67.
Oh,
it was 70s yesterday. High 70s.
You can still wear shorts at 67 if the sun's out.
Oh, for sure.
Well, I am super jealous. It is so cold here, and I've had to go out and shovel snow. I mean, everyone always talks about, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Not me. All right? I don't want a white Christmas. I want it to be yellow and sunny and hot. But no, this on Thursday night, Christmas Eve, snowed. I was out there, had to clear a path for Santa. I mean, my kid was like, well, how come Santa, if you don't clear the snow, the Santa won't come? I'm like, Santa's on the roof. All right? I'm not going up to the roof to shovel snow. He's not driving in a sleigh like a car. And so, but I still had to do it because my wife made me. And that sucked because it was also cold then. But then it's just, I mean, we go through these snaps in Alberta where it's just like minus 30, minus 40 for like 2 or 3 weeks. And it just, people are like, oh, well, it's so much better than BC because BC's a wet cold and it's all cloudy and it's sunny here in Alberta. No, it just sucks. Being cold sucks. That's all there is to it. But I'm positive.
I'm not a fan.
But I'm trying to be positive. And you know what? The World Juniors are on. That's a positive.
Yeah, that is a good thing. Did you see the guy named Ivan?
Yeah. I sure did. If I ever,
what a name.
I know if I ever have another kid, it's going to be Nick. So why not? I mean,
why not?
Is that his real name?
I have no idea. I've only seen it on Twitter. It was trending last night with like 40,000 tweets about Ivan. So Twitter has taken off with it for sure.
I mean, that can't be. I mean, I saw a guy in a hockey jersey and the last name said Butt Sniffer, and I was like, that can't be his last name. This has got to be just like, this can't be Ivan's last name.
I mean, it could be. Like, there's some weird names out there to us, right? Like, it might not be weird to other people, but, I work with people that work in the Philippines, and some people in the Philippines names are crazy. Like, Princess is like their actual name. But they'll just pick random American words and name their kids that. That's a normal practice in the Philippines. So I think it's possible his name could be Ivan.
Yeah, but that Butt Sniffer there, I've also seen Panty Peeler on the last name of a jersey.
Yeah,
that's not real, I don't think. I mean, maybe.
No chance.
But it's funny you say that because I remember when I went to Japan and obviously like fuck, they don't really know like fuck, like how we use it, right? So they think it like you see it on shirts or
right.
Like, fuck. You're like, all right, cool. And I remember walking through the mall and listening to like, there was a rap song on and it was popular, but it was like the unedited version. And it was talking about, sexing up a lady, doing all the right things.
Right.
But it was being very, very graphic. And like, as I'm walking through, I'm like, holy, like, what the fuck? Like this is playing in a public space, like, and people are like jamming, like they're like bobbing their heads to it. And I'm like, oh, all right. And when I went to pay, I mean, obviously there's a language barrier. I was paying for a shirt and I said, hey, like, do you guys know what these words mean? And they said, no English. And I was like, all right, I get it. Okay. And so, that's just the thing. But I was like, okay, well, this is there's a vibe in here. So, but yeah, so Christmas was good for me. How was Christmas for you?
So, you at the beginning of the show, you said, I hope you have a good Christmas. I still haven't had Christmas. So my son, my oldest, is always with his mom for Christmas.
Okay.
So we always have our Christmas either a week before or a week after. And this year we're doing a week after. So my Christmas will be on New Year's this year.
Oh, okay. So still waiting. But what about I mean, you do that like with your whole family, like even like your wife and little baby that's at home, right?
Yeah, we're waiting for him to do Christmas with everyone. So we did a little Christmas last week with my wife's family,
Okay.
which was fine, and it was more for the kids. Like we didn't really do anything. So the kids enjoyed it; they had fun. But like my full Christmas will be next week.
Awesome. Yeah. This is kind of like the first Christmas, like where Cooper's like super jacked. I mean, he's 4, so I guess in 3 he kind of knew what was going on, but now he really knows, like really, really
Yeah.
knows. And like, I don't like waking up early. I hate it. As a matter of fact, I never want to wake up early. I want to sleep in. I want to feel good when I wake up. I don't want to have to be rushing around. But for Christmas, I knew the little stinker would be, and he's usually up between like 6:30. 6:30 is usually when he wakes up, which is horrible. And so I woke up like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be up at 6 o'clock, and I'll be down there waiting on him by the tree, and I'll get to see it, and I'll be excited. You know what this little bastard did? He slept until 7:30.
Oh,
Yeah, and I'm like, what? What kind of? You think he'd be excited? And I said, like, why'd you sleep in? He goes, well, I don't know what time Santa comes, and you said if I was awake when he came, he wouldn't leave any toys. And I was like, touche. Touche. Okay.
Yeah. Solid reasoning.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's an intelligent little guy. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, it was super exciting. I mean, obviously, presents aside, for me, like if I want something, I just go get it. So it's so hard to buy presents for me.
Right.
The same with my wife, but he loved it, man. He just, and he's unlike me. Like when you were a kid, how did you unwrap presents? Like did you just go like full send, like just rip it and go?
I was like we did like a thing where it was like open and then pause kind of thing, because my parents would get mad if I just ripped through them all.
Yeah, but when you opened it, like when you opened one present.
Oh yeah, rip. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, rip it all the way off, like as quickly as you can. Basically.
Yeah, not my little guy. Like he finds a little seam and he'll rip it, and whatever will tear, and he'll just keep tearing it, and he won't look and react to the present until all the wrapping paper is off and put in the trash. So like
that's a good kid then. Like he's appreciating it.
Yeah, he gets it, and like obviously, the most underappreciated person in Christmas is the person with the trash bag when the presents are being opened, because you can just do it right there instead of just throwing it on the floor. And so we have the trash bag there, and he rips it off, puts it right in the trash, rips it off, puts it right in the trash. And so we got pretty clean. But then he got a bunch of toys. So as a dad, you'll understand this. If any of our other listeners are dads out there, you basically have Christmas and you get to watch your kids open presents, and then you spend the rest of the day putting together things. That's what I did for the whole Christmas day. Like he got like Shaggy's or Scooby-Doo's Haunted Mansion. He got this Paw Patrol Super Tower. He got the dumbest thing I've ever. I don't know. How old is Jaden's what? He's 10-ish or so?
11.
11. Okay. So
11, yeah.
He probably doesn't do these like 5 surprise things or toy mini brands.
No, not anymore. He definitely used to back in the day.
Is that not the stupidest thing? Like it's literally you don't know what you're getting. You open it up, and then it's like a box of like a little box, like mini, like less than an inch tall, like Kraft mac and cheese dinner, but it's just an empty box, right? It's just the packaging, and they sell and the kids just love them. And I'm like, you can go in the damn cupboard and get a full size box and carry it around. It doesn't cost us any money. And then they have like this mini mart. So I've been building like this like mini figure mini mart where you can stack all these mini brand surprise things, and it just blows. Like I'm just like, how the hell do people buy this? But here I am trying to make BLPA NFTs, so I guess I get it. I guess.
Yeah, there's a niche out there for everybody.
There is. Okay, before we get into what we're actually going to talk about, we should have done this first. We're not professionals, but we are professionals. But you need to follow us on all social media channels. You can find us at the BLPA everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, anywhere basically. You can find me at Nicker Jones on Twitter and the Nicker Jones on Instagram. You can find Jason at Beer League Jason on Twitter. This show is brought to you by thehockeywolf.com. Ow, 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 ow.
Ow, ow, ow.
Hockey Wolf beer leaguers just like you and me. They have pro shops in the Pacific Northwest, but they can ship anywhere that you need to have things shipped. And they have obviously equipment, they have team gear, they have jerseys, they do lacrosse stuff. So they're just trying to make beer league a little bit more affordable for folks like you and me and you, Jason. And they do a damn good job at it. And they're great people, by the way, just really great people. So go check them out, buy some stuff. They have some cool BLPA stuff. Check them out, hockeywolf.com. Ow, 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 ow.
Ow, ow, ow.
So basically now that Christmas is over, this is our last show before New Year's. So obviously, at some point, we're going to talk about our beer league resolutions for the new year. Lots of things that I want to personally work on and professionally work on, and I guess beer league work on. We're going to talk about being positive. We're going to talk about the VIP club. We're going to talk about refs, because I posed the question out there. Because I'm writing a blog, nobody jump all over me. I'm not trying to dog out fucking refs here. If you had, as a player, Jason, if you had a piece of advice for beer league referees to make them a better beer league referee, what would that piece of advice be? I threw it out there on Twitter and Facebook, and then I'm writing a blog just to kind of help. And I'm not saying that referees don't do a good job. I just think everyone can improve. I could be a better podcaster. I could be a better business guy. I could be a better friend. I could probably be a better husband and a better dad. So we can all do this. It's not to say, hey, ref, you suck. It's just to say, hey, we're beer leaguers. We're there all the time. You have to be there too. You don't have to be. You choose to be. And this is what we kind of see as non-confrontational ways you can be the best beer league referee you can be. So, anything before we get going on those, Jason?
I mean, as a referee, and I think this was mentioned on Twitter, I think the main thing is just controlling the game. Like, you gotta. We know it's not fun to be there, right? Like, you're just there to make a little extra money. But if you control the game, then everyone else will be in a better mood, and that'll make you in a better mood because it won't turn into a shit show. Yeah,
exactly. So that's just kind of how we're setting it up. We're not trying to tell you how to referee. Jason and I are not referees. We're just trying to tell you how you can make your job as a beer league referee more enjoyable, easier, and benefit both sides. So, if you like what we're doing, you can shoot us a little Patreon love, patreon.com/the BLPA. That's where we have a lot of people that support us to help us do really cool things. I mean, obviously you guys have seen the community outreach we've done by buying some beer leaguers some presents. They just had some hard times in 2021, and we tried to help them out as best we could. And we do a bunch of other cool things for the military and that kind of stuff. So if you want to support us, patreon.com/the BLPA. Another way you could support us is our new BLPA VIP box. Jason's our very first customer, and he's on the show. So that should tell you it's like Hair Club for Men. I'm not just the president. I'm also a customer. Just means that you really believe. And hey, listen, I've been watching things on TikTok where people are like here in Alberta getting like hair transplants, and I've been watching them and following them. Boy, if I ever have just an extra 10 grand to blow, bud, I'm getting a hair transplant.
The stuff they can do is pretty amazing now.
Hey, don't you think that, okay, if I do it and I'm making content out of it, it's basically a business write-off, right?
I think so. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, we're doing it for the brand. All right. That's what we're always out here doing. So yeah, I think that's what I want to do. It looks very painful. But you know what? To be handsome as fuck, you got to be able to take a few lumps.
Yeah, beauty is pain.
It is for sure.
The BLPA Big Show, coming to you live from a locker room or parking lot near you for the game with a beer and BLPA Big Show.
All right, what do you want to start with, talking wise?
Talk about what I know we talked a little bit about it, but what we got going on this week and stuff like that. Should we start there?
Sure. What we got going on this week?
I've got something that I'm really impressed with. I know, I've already spoke to some of our listeners that weren't as impressed as I was, but do you know who John Buccigross is? The ESPN guy?
Yeah, Bucci Mane.
Okay. Yeah, Bucci Mane. Yeah, so Bucci Mane on Twitter. He's a big hockey guy, right? He does a lot of college hockey stuff. He does a lot of hockey coverage on ESPN. When I say a lot, I mean for ESPN, it's a lot of hockey coverage since they don't have a ton, although they're getting better at it. But his other thing is he's famous for on Twitter rating people's chicken parm. So like if you make chicken parm, you send a picture and you tag him, and he tells you how it is, and like he doesn't hold back. If your chicken parm looks like shit, like he lets you know your chicken parm looks like shit. But last night I made an absolute masterpiece chicken parm and tweeted it to him, and he agreed. He retweeted it, said it was a first star level chicken parm. So when you think about 3 stars with a game, he said it was a first star. So I am extremely happy and proud that that Bucci Maine likes my parm.
All right. First off, I've never had chicken parm before. In
Ever?
my life. Never in my life have I had chicken
Oh,
parm. 2, when we should think about something that we should rate and have people tweet us to rate that, so we could become famous. I'm always thinking in those lines. How do we improve what we're doing? And 3, are you sure it was out of like hockey 3 stars, or was it out of like 5 or 10 stars?
Well, he generally makes hockey references when he rates his parm. So like he'll say something like, "Oh, this is a third line, grinder parm. Like this is 16 goals a year and 3 fights." Like he always makes like comments like that where it's hockey related. So he said first star parm, stick tap, enjoy. So like to me, I took that as, you're given the stick tap. So you like it, right? Like,
okay. I mean, listen, like I said, I know who he is. I've never really delved too far into his Twitter to see that he was rating chicken parms. I'm going to have to say he's rating on appearance alone. And
right, of course.
And so, we both know you can't judge a book by its cover. How did it actually taste? Was it a first star tasting parm or just looking?
So I am pretty good at making chicken parm. Like it's one of the things that I make the best. And last night's was the best tasting I've ever made. So it was killer.
What is chicken parm?
So, I mean, you can do chicken parm a couple of different ways, but essentially it's a chicken breast, it's pasta, and it's sauce, right? And it can be served in different ways. The most traditional way is a like breaded and fried chicken breast with normal like marinara sauce, and then you put Parmesan cheese on top, and you melt and toast the cheese on top, and then it's served with like spaghetti with regular spaghetti sauce as well.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
But it doesn't have to be like you can change it up, right? Like you can do different kinds of pasta. You can do a grilled chicken parm. There's lots of different ways you can do it, but that's probably the most traditional.
Okay. I'm intrigued. Usually like when I go to like Italian restaurants, I would like Olive Garden, probably the best Italian restaurant around. Not really. I would just get fettuccine Alfredo because I love fettuccine. I love Alfredo, and usually I get some seafood in there because I'm a seafood guy, big seafood guy. And so I would I've heard of chicken parm, but I was just like, what's chicken parm, right? So now I'm going to have to try chicken parm. When I went to Italy, I didn't see chicken parm on the menu. So maybe this is an American Italian thing.
I think they call it something else in Italy. It's not chicken parm. It's called chicken something else, but it's the same thing.
I will tell you.
But I am surprised. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I will tell you that in Italy, most things taste different than their American counterparts. Like pizza,
sure,
not good in Italy. Not good at all.
Yeah. It's that Neapolitan style. You're not a Neapolitan fan?
Yeah, no, I'm not. And I just like pepperoni and cheese, bud. Like that's what I like. Yeah. And but what I did have there when I was in Italy for 36 or 48 hours before the going to Austria for hockey, carbonara every meal, 4 meals, lunch, dinner, carbonara, because carbonara is a bomb.
Yeah, I am super surprised you've never had chicken parm. Like back in the day, or even maybe today, I don't know, athletes are more finely tuned, but I remember back in the day, like chicken parm was the go-to pregame meal for most hockey players.
Really?
Because it's like the carb of the pasta and then the protein of the chicken. It's like a good mix which is why I think Bucci Main does chicken parm is like he's still playing on the whole hockey thing.
But gotcha. Well, you know what? But like pepperoni pizza. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like you got carbs in the crust, and you have pepperoni as protein. So I mean, I don't know why that wouldn't be a good hockey food.
Listen, I used to. You can ask some of my teammates. I used to walk into the locker room to get ready with a full pepperoni pizza, eating it as I was getting dressed, and people would look at me like I'm crazy. So I'm not arguing with you.
Yeah,
I think pizza's a great pregame meal.
That's a yeah. I mean, that's a smart move. I mean, it's just called playing smart. Really, you know, it's just like everyone always talks about Pink Whitneys. I know you're a big Barstool guy, and I say fuck that.
Yeah.
No. You should have the purple Nickies. I was like, what the fuck's purple Nickies? I'm like, listen, okay, I'm a finely tuned athlete, okay? And when you're talking about spitting chiclets, those guys aren't playing hockey anymore. We are, Jason. All right. So if you want athletes' advice, you got to listen to us. If you're just someone that's, you know, a has-been, you listen to those guys and what they're drinking, and that's what you can drink.
Right.
No, hey, no offense to Wit Dog and Biz Nasty. No offense. I like them. Can't understand RA, whatever. But we're still playing a high level of beer league hockey, and by high level, I mean like high numbered level, like Division 8, Division 9. Purple Nickies, easy. It's the cheapest vodka you can find, mixed with purple Pedialyte, the best Pedialyte.
Okay.
And this way you can get drunk inexpensively and still stay hydrated with Pedialyte. It makes all the sense in the world. Go drink some Purple Nickies. I don't know what the cheap vodka brand is. It usually has some Russian name on the front of it. So if one of these
just
cheap
look for the plastic bottle.
Yeah, if one of these cheap vodka companies want to get in touch with us, or if Purple Pedialyte wants to get in touch with us to sponsor, we'll make this drink and we'll make it big like Pink Whitney's, but it'll be Purple Nickies. We'll do it. We're here for it.
Yeah,
you know,
I like it.
So
I mean, again, it just makes good sense.
It's listen, when we talk about how you should live your life, it should be like you should do what makes sense. Vodka to get drunk, Pedialyte to stay hydrated. It makes too much sense. It just does. So, but anyway, moving on. I'm gonna have to try chicken parm. What can we rate? You think?
We should do like chicken wings or something, right? Like we're both a fan of the chicken wing.
I am, and I'm going to tell you,
I'm a big fan of the chicken wing.
If you dip them in Blue Ranch, I'm not a fan. Blue cheese.
Me neither.
Blue cheese is not good.
Cheese,
it just doesn't taste good to me. And I'm not saying you're a monster if you eat it. I just question what you're doing with your life. That's all, and that's okay. It's not a negative. This is I'm positively questioning what you're doing with your life. If you're dipping your wings in moldy cheese, it just does. It makes zero sense to me. But you know, there's people that do it. All those people in Buffalo. Shout out Buffalo. Love you. Love the Bills. BLPA Mafia. All that good stuff. But just blue cheese doesn't make sense to me. It has a pungent taste that I think takes away from the ranchy wing flavor that is paramount to the wing eating experience.
Yeah. So my thing is like, I honestly, I don't like blue cheese. So like you won't catch me dipping in blue cheese. I'll dip a wing in ranch occasionally. I know that's like a big no-no in Buffalo and some other places. But my thing is like when you're rating a wing, the wing should taste good by itself. But that doesn't mean that ranch can't make it taste better.
It's an enhancer.
You know what I mean? Like
flavor enhancer.
Yeah. We're not trying to mask the flavor by dipping it in ranch. Like it should still be good in whatever flavor it is. But you know, sometimes ranch makes it even that much better.
It just does. It's just a flavor enhancer. I mean, if you have something that you like, and then you add something else that you like on top of it, and now you've got a double like. I mean, that's just common sense. And that's how we live our life. We do things that make sense. That makes sense. Right. All the sense in the world. But you are right. Some people, I look at some people and I see all the ranch they put on their wings and I say, what's the point of even having a wing? Why would you not just drink the ranch?
Yeah, no. Just drink it straight.
Which, cool. I like ranch dressing. If it's runny ranch, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll drink that shit. But I mean, I like to use that as an enhancer. I like to make sure the wing tastes good, and then I enhance it with ranch. That's it. That's the story. And blue cheese, I just don't like it. I don't like it on wings. I don't like blue cheese crumbles on salad. Blue cheese is not good to me. But I will tell you, there was a place in Omaha, Nebraska. Probably some of the best wings I've ever eaten have come out of Omaha, Nebraska. Believe it or not, they do this thing where they char them, right? So they obviously they do the wings and then they take them out and I guess they put them on an oven or something and char them. So they got like the burnt crispy. It's not a burnt flavor, but it's just got the char grilled thing on it, right? And this one place, it was called like Washburn and Matt. I don't know. It used to be an old, named after some old hookers in Omaha, legitimately. Okay. Like there were some hookers that made Omaha, and this is what it is. I wish I could remember the name because I had lunch 2 times with the guy that owns it. But he gave me a sauce and I dipped it in. I was like, oh, that's interesting. It's pretty good. And he's like, oh yeah, that's our homemade blue cheese. And I was like, what? And so when I say I don't like blue cheese, there are a couple of instances where I thought he was giving me ranch because it was runny like ranch and it had a sweeter flavor like ranch, but it was this homemade blue cheese and it was good. But I still wanted ranch because I like ranch. So blue cheese is not a hard and fast rule to say no to blue cheese all the time. But in most instances, I would say no thank you to blue cheese.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like wings might be the sweet spot for us to get our niche on what we rate on Twitter. So maybe we make that a thing.
Yeah, the problem is like we're still just rating on looks, right? And I think you could probably tell. I think you can look at a wing and say, "Oh, that's going to be a good wing." But you can also have some bad looking wings that are also good. Like one time I had raspberry wings, and you would think, why would I want raspberry on wings? And that's the same thing I thought. That's the whole reason I bought them. So I'm like, when the fuck else would I have raspberry on wings? Like that's just crazy. And they came and they had like this, I don't know, it was just a gross looking sauce on it. And I was like, oh, here we go. I got to taste them. I ordered them and they were pretty damn good. Pretty damn good, actually. As a matter of fact, they were actually at a rink in Sunrise, Florida. The Panthers Ice Den, I believe, was down there for a tournament.
Wow.
We're upstairs drinking after the games, and I was looking at the wings, and I said, raspberry. Don't mind if I do. And I did, and now I would go back and eat them again. So,
well, I applaud you because there's not a wing I wouldn't try. I'm not saying I'll eat it again, but there's not a wing out there I won't try.
The only problem I have with wings is the hot ones. Not that I don't like the hot flavor. I do like the flavors. They just fuck up my stomach. And I'm at a point in my age, I'm in my advanced age here, not washed up like the other guys, the other podcast, just old body that can still do a lot of things on the ice. It just sticks with you, right? It's just like beer. Like I'll drink, but I know I'm going to pay for it for days. And so I have to pick and choose. I can't just be out, all willy nilly, with my drinking days these years,
Yeah.
So
I love spicy food, but I always think of the meme where like the guy is putting on the clown paint, and I'm like, that's me wondering why I have heartburn every day while I continue to eat spicy food every single day. So like, I know I'm gonna pay for it, but I just like spicy food too much to like. I'll just have heartburn for the rest. And it is what it is.
Heartburn sucks.
It does suck.
They say that's what a heart attack feels like. I don't want to have a heart attack because I've had heartburn.
Yeah, that sounds worse.
It does sound worse, but it's like, great. Here I am having a heart attack. And now I've had heartburn. So I'm like, oh, is this just heartburn? And so I'm just like, oh, I'll just take some Tums. And then it's actually a heart attack. You're just like, fuck, like, come on. So.
Yeah, that would be no good.
But anyway, so, okay, wings it is. Send BLPA at the BLPA. Send us your wings. We'll rate them. We'll find a cool scale to rate them on. And guess what? This gives us an excuse. Every time we go somewhere, we'll eat some wings, take pictures.
That's right.
So,
sounds like a plan to me.
Turn it up.
If you're digging the show, support us through patreon.com/the BLPA.
The most greatest.
Well, speaking of Twitter, I've seen. I know we're trying to be positive, right? That's our new thing. But I have seen a couple of posts from you where you haven't been super positive about Canada's favorite donut company.
Yeah.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah, we can. Here's the deal. I know this is my new thing is to be positive, but I don't understand the love fest with Canada and Tim Hortons. It's not good coffee. It's not good donuts, but they act like this is like everything to them. Like it's like, in Texas, every even small city has like Dairy Queens. Like, you're not a city in Texas unless you have a Dairy Queen. It's like Tim Hortons in Canada. The only difference is Dairy Queen is actually pretty damn good. And they got Blizzards, but Tim Hortons doesn't have anything that's good. In my opinion, again, this is my opinion. People can choose to agree with me or not, but that's just my opinion. Like, the donuts are low quality, low taste donuts, and the coffee is trash. It's just trash. And then the other day I get one, and the lid doesn't even fucking work right. I grab it by the top. You know how like you're putting it in your cup holder in your car, and if you grab it like by the top, not by the lid, but just down a little bit, so you can just kind of set it in there. Fucking lid flew right fucking off, and it ended up all over my fucking car. So not even trash coffee, but it's got trash products that they put their trash coffee in, and I just don't understand why. I don't understand. I don't understand why Canada.
I don't drink coffee.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't drink coffee, so I can't comment on the coffee. I've never had Tim Hortons donuts either, because I live in Nashville. But I did travel to Ohio quite a bit, and it actually is weird. Ohio has a ton of Tim Hortons.
Yeah, they do.
Which
they have one. They have one at the rink. They have one at the rink in Columbus, at the downtown rink, right outside.
Yeah. So I did have Tim Hortons for lunch once. They have sandwiches apparently, and it was okay. Like, it was nothing to write home about. But obviously, like, I didn't think anything of it because I didn't think Tim Hortons was known for its sandwiches, right? Like, but they are supposed to be known for their coffee and their donuts. So maybe I'll have to. I'm not going to try the coffee. I don't like coffee at all, like, not even a little bit.
Okay.
But maybe I'll have to try the donuts and see if I agree with you.
Well, like, what kind of donuts do you like? Do you like what do they have in Nashville? I'm sure they have Dunkin', maybe Daylight Donuts.
Yeah. Dunkin', there's a small company here called Shipley's, which is pretty good.
Yeah, Shipley's is good. Shipley's
my
is
favorite donuts. Yeah, my favorite donuts is generally like the mom and pop place.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah. Well, that's what. Yeah,
stuff.
That's what I grew up with. A place called Winchell's. And it's just, I don't know. It's just, maybe it's because they're so mass produced. And I mean, Krispy Kreme, I think, is good for like the first two, and then you feel like you're going to puke everywhere, but they're good flavor. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Tim Hortons has a good ice cappuccino. That's good, but I don't drink because it has a ton of sugar these days. They made a change to their breakfast sandwich where they have fresh eggs, and those are okay. It's just like everyone, like, if you talk shit about a double, people get like they want to fight you in Canada, and you're just like, but it's not good. It's just not good. And if you're gonna get a double, be real, be a real Canadian. Get a Gretzky, get 9 creams, 9 sugars, an old 99. Do it the right way.
Yeah.
I'm going to try that one time. I think I just made that up. Did I?
Is that how you die? Is that how you go into?
Well, I would just drink. I'd take a couple drinks. I wouldn't drink the whole thing for sure. But I would just give me a 9 creams, 9 sugars, and see. And it's just called the old. I guess you'd call it the Gretzky. I mean, it's Canada. They got to do it, right? Yeah. This is called. Give me an extra large, the great one. I mean, extra large double sounds cool. You're like, oh, it's a double. Well, it's just 2 creams, 2 sugars. I'm not a fan of the coffee. I mean, I really like Dutch Bros. I don't know if you've had a chance to have Dutch Bros coffee, but you don't like coffee. But here's the kick with Dutch Bros. They put chocolate milk in their coffee. And it's delicious. Okay. It's delicious. I love chocolate milk.
I could see the appeal there.
Yeah. And I did.
I could see the appeal there.
I did, and it's delicious. I mean, that's just the way it is. But I think it's yeah, I mean, listen, I get it. Maybe it's a cultural thing. People don't want you to shit on their culture, and I'm not here to shit on your culture. But I think people take Tim Hortons too serious for what it is. And a lot of people have kind of said, it used to be better before Burger King bought them and it's went to trash. Maybe that's true. I don't know. But like you, I didn't used to like coffee. But now I do drink it every day. I drink an extra large Tim Hortons black coffee every day. So.
despite hating it.
Despite, I mean,
I keep wondering if I'm ever going to be an adult and enjoy coffee.
I only like it cold.
But as of this point, no.
I only like cold coffee. Like I won't drink it hot. So I'll buy like an extra large Tim's and I'll do black and I'll put like some sugar-free chocolate creamer in it, which makes it taste good. And then I put it in the refrigerator overnight and then I drink it. And it is what it is. I mean, I'm just saying that it's not, it's like they talk about it like it's just God's gift to coffee, and it's not that good is all. I drink it. So obviously, it's because it only costs $2 for an extra large black coffee, and if you go buy that at Starbucks, it costs $17. So
it kind of reminds me of like you said, cultural, like the whole Whataburger versus In-N-Out thing. It's just people. I think
Whataburger is so good. So In-N-Out's good too.
Latch on to, yeah, they're both good. That's the whole thing of the argument is like, yeah, they're both good. Like just eat it and enjoy it. We don't have to have this conversation about
we don't have to have
which
fight
is better. Let's just have both of them. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I'll just have some of each.
I'm pretty sure I could probably put a blindfold on and guess where each burger came from. Like if we did like McDonald's, Burger King, Whataburger, In-N-Out, Tindy's, or I guess Wendy's. I'm thinking about the Austin tournament where we did all fast food places. I would be able to guess where all those burgers came from, blindfolded.
I also think I could do that.
Yeah.
100%.
French fries would be a little tougher. I could definitely nail McDonald's French fries and Five Guys French fries. The rest of the French fries would be a little
I think
harder.
I could nail all the French fries too. I think I can nail all the French fries.
We should try this. We should try this
sometime. I'm a big fry guy. Like fries and wings are like my two favorite things. So I think I could definitely nail the fries as well.
Okay, well we'll have to try that. I know I did this once with another project where it was diet sodas, and the only ones I mixed up were Diet Pepsi and Pepsi Max.
Which is tough. Those are tough to.
But I got Coke Zero. I got Diet Coke. I got Diet Dr Pepper. I think there was one more. I can't remember what it was. But the Diet Pepsi and the Pepsi Max tasted really similar. So.
Fair. Yeah. No, I'm down. Let's maybe we'll find a tournament that we're at and do the burgers and the fries.
Speaking of tournaments, do you want to give people your bad news?
Turn it up.
Be a beauty. Listen, subscribe, rate, and review. Let's get it.
I mean, I can, I guess.
Yeah.
You really want me to?
I do.
Yeah, I had to pull out of Iceland, unfortunately, man, with all the stuff going on. So here's the deal for me. February is a huge busy time this year for us at work. It's like a mandatory no PTO. We're going to be working because we have a new product launch coming out in February. And I had talked to my boss about putting PTO on the calendar for the last week of January. And he's like, yeah, go ahead. No problem. And then he's like, where are you going? Just out of curiosity. And he wasn't like trying to pry or anything. Like, I think he genuinely cares and was curious where I was going. I was like, oh, I'm going to Iceland to play some hockey. And then he brought up some concerns of, well, what happens if when you're coming back from Iceland at the end of January, you test positive for COVID? And I'm like, well, I guess I'll be over there for another 14 days. And that's when it clicked to me that won't work, considering February is going to be so busy for us for work. So while I don't think anything would happen, it's just I can't take that risk of getting in trouble at work because I come back and test positive. And on top of that, the grandparents were going to have our kids and our cats were going to be boarded, and so it just got me a little nervous about the whole thing. And again, I think everything will be fine, especially because Iceland's so small and isolated. But it's just a big risk for me. So unfortunately, I had to drop out.
And if you want Jason's spot and you haven't registered, but you want to go to Iceland, he's giving it away for free.
You can have it.
Have it for free.
That's right. Anybody who wants to go can have my spot. So, hit me up, hit Nick up. Somebody should take the trip that I really wanted to. You know what the worst part about it is?
You're not going to get to.
I told you I haven't had my Christmases.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So every Christmas present I asked for from my parents was like a big winter jacket, some nice winter boots, like all these things that I was going to wear in Iceland because it's going to be cold over there. So now next week I have to open all these presents that are all these things for my Iceland trip that I'm no longer going on.
Yeah, and you know what? We'll do another cold one. Like maybe we'll do like a Sweden, Finland, up in the mountains or something, and you'll be able to put those to good use. But let me put another dagger in you on it. I know you had to pull out, and you don't like to pull out, but you did. So I just got word back about playing outdoor hockey in Iceland in a mountain crater. And we're going to do that.
Like this tournament?
Yes. So
no.
Yeah. So a couple days after the tournament, we're going to go out with, we interviewed Yuli, my old boy Yuli that does stuff, and he owns a bunch of land out there. He does a bunch of tours and stuff. And so he's been on like the Weather Channel playing in this big ass crater. And so we started talking about it, and we're going to do it. The problem is he can't drive his Super Jeep to the crater to play, but he says if the conditions are bad, we could have to drive and then hike through the snow over there. So there's a chance that so it could be an adventure. And so, but I'm going to go play hockey on that frozen crater pond.
Just
so
fucking brutal, bud.
And so we're
brutal.
So here's what he said. He said, we'll do it. Whatever. It's 40, depending on conditions, it's 45 minutes to 90 from Reykjavik. And, that does include hiking if we have to hike. And so we'll play, and then we'll pack up. He'll have lunch bags for us. We'll play. Then we'll hike to Thermal Springs, and we'll take a bath, all of us together, obviously in your bathing suits. We're not trying to get naked and rule the world, and then we will eat some lamb that has been heated in some thermal springs as well. That's how it's cooked. And then hike back out, and hopefully at that time, the Northern Lights will be there. And so it's going to be quite the adventure. Quite the adventure.
Yeah, so. I fucking hate you. Just so you know.
Hey,
it's not your fault.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking hate
but listen, I'm worried about our homie Omi as well. Omicron's taking the world by storm. I'm just hoping that it rolls through everybody because it's going so quick now. Like hopefully, like everyone catches it in the next few weeks, and then we're safe for a little while, and we can get on with playing all these tournaments. Because I don't know if you saw that schedule that we have, but there's a lot. I didn't realize there was so many tournaments.
That's a lot of tournaments. But
I didn't know it was so many until I put them on paper and was like, oh fuck. And the bad part is there's still other ones that I'm working on. But right now, like here, let me just read it here. January 7th, Philly, January 25th, Reykjavik, February 25th, Tampa, March 4th, Lake Louise, March 11th, Omaha, March 18th, Boston, May 20th, Cleveland, May 27th, St. John's, Newfoundland, July 8th, we have Seattle and Montreal. July 15th, we have Denver and Long Island. July 22nd, Raleigh. August 5th, Halifax. August 12th, Oklahoma City. August 19th, Juneau, Alaska. Then we're in your hometown, the 26th, Nashville. September 9th, Columbus. September 16th, Eagle River, Wisconsin. The 23rd, D.C. The 30th, Charleston. October 14th, Austin. And then October 23rd, Dexgiving. November 4th, we're trying for Japan. And December 9th, L.A. Dexgiving, we talked about that. Basically, anyone that registers for a 2022 tournament by July 1st will put your name in a drawing, and the only thing you have to pay for is the hotel through us. That way we can ensure you're coming, but you win a free draft experience. You win free $400 basically. So that's a lot of damn tournaments.
Yeah, it is a lot. And so like, I'm looking at the calendar here, and if we are going to find some good news out of not going to Iceland, which there's not much. But I do save a ton of money by not going, which allows me to go to more tournaments. Obviously, ones in the States are much cheaper to go to than one overseas. So I'm looking at this list, man, and I didn't we say like 10 was like some magic number for something?
Yeah. If you do 10 tournaments in a year, you get a free one.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do 10. I think I think it'll be pretty easy. I'm looking at like Tampa, Boston, Cleveland, St. John's, Newfoundland, because you talked me into that one.
Yeah, on the
Raleigh, Nashville, Columbus, Eagle River, and Charleston, and Las Vegas are all on my list.
Oh so boy, that's what I'm talking about.
I think I can knock 10 out this year.
Well, Vegas is the Dexgiving, so it won't count towards the 10 because it'll be free if you win it. So you have to pick another one. But there's many, and that that's crazy. We're talking about how many. That doesn't even include like the BLPA bashes, which we have 5 or 6 of them. which are the team tournaments, and it doesn't include like our golf tournaments, and it doesn't include, we're probably going to have a puck and ball tournament where we play hockey and softball. And so
Yeah.
we got a lot of shit going, bud. A lot of shit. And I'm stoked for it. I keep, like, my wife's like, don't you ever get tired of doing these? And I'm like, on the front end, I look at them and I'm excited about every single one of them. But I know that there will be a point where I get a little bit burnt out during the year. So that's why I won't be able to go to all.
Right.
I just won't be able to go to all. Like, I'm already not going to Philly, mainly because, like, you know, our homie Omi. If Omicron, if all of us get it, who's going to go to Iceland? So I won't be going to Philly. So at least I get a month off here before, and so I'm pretty stoked about that. But lots of crazy things. So
Turn it up.
If you're digging the show, support us through patreon.com/the BLPA.
The most greatest.
all right, let me pull up this thread that I made about referees, because I want to talk about referees. And again,
All right.
for all the referees that are listening, this is not us dogging you. This is not us telling you you're not doing a good job. We've all had run-ins with refs. I've had a run-in where I'm not proud of it, but it happened. It's just like all refs have had run-ins as well. I mean, people have bad days. And what I always tell beer leaguers now is like, hey, we're playing league. It's 10:45 at night. You never know who's had a bad day or a bad week or is going through a bad time. So like, you just got to kind of go in through it, like, you know, that way. So just, you know, whatever, but we want to make a blog basically just to help make you be able to enjoy your beer league experience reffing you, because just like goalies, maybe we should make a blog about goalies as well. Just like goalies, you need refs to make a beer league game happen. Like, you can't just play without refs. You're just playing shinny in that case, right? So,
Right.
So here's what we're going. All right, let's see. Let me pull up this post here. Is it going to let me? Man, I hate Facebook so much right now. Here we go. There was like 250 comments on this thing on Facebook. Like, there's a lot of people, right? So what would you say? I mean, let's just go with us first, Jason. What would you say, like, if you had to give some advice to beer league referees, what would be your number one piece of advice? Don't give us all your advice, because we are writing a blog that we can put out for content on the website. So hit me. What would be your number one advice?
Yeah, it's just, for me, like, the number one thing is, like, just call penalties. Like, if they are penalties, like, you don't have to be ticky-tacky, right, where it's like you're putting people in the box constantly. But if there's an obvious trip, if there's an obvious slash, you know, whatever those are, just call them, because then that gets the game under control, and, like, people realize, like, I can't go slash someone, or I can't go trip someone, or I'm going to end up in the box. And then it keeps the other team, like, people get so, players get so mad when someone does something to their team, trips them, slashes them, whatever. But you can see that almost instantly goes away when the ref calls it a penalty, right? Because you feel like, the justice has been served. You don't have to go out there and serve it yourself. So, I know it's 10:30. I know you want to go home. I know you don't want to be there longer than you have to, but just call a couple penalties when they are penalties, and then the game stays under control.
That's a very, very good point. I agree. I mean, being in control or having that control is a key in a beer league game, because you're right. Like, if one team sees a trip not called, then they're going to go out and be like, okay, we can do this. And it's just going to people are just going to get picked, because we're beer leaguers, right? Like, we think everything is done intentionally, not realizing
Right.
that you couldn't go out there and do anything intentionally unless you played high level hockey, right? But here's some from the BLPA group. And here was my post, basically. Okay, I know I'm opening a can of worms here, but this is a serious question. It's not meant to be a shit on referees post. I'm writing a blog and doing research. Keep in mind, you're not perfect as beer leaguers either. What advice would you give to beer league referees to make them better beer league officials? Okay. And here's a couple of comments. I'm not saying I agree with them or I don't agree with them. I'm not saying we endorse this as the BLPA Big Show or the Beer League Players Association. I'm just saying This is what beer leaguers are saying in this thing. Realize you get paid per game, not per call you make. Many beginners are very whistle happy. So that's opposite of what you're saying, Jason. Let's see. Understand the rules. Big problem with refs calling red line icing instead of blue line icing. People paid to have fun, not for you to have a fucking temper tantrum. You're in charge of the flow of the game, and safety and communication is the key to that. Stay consistent and you'll have fun. And this guy said he reffed beer league and juniors for years. Nothing pissed him off more than a ref on a power high. We are paying because we love to play. You are getting paid. This is a job. At least give a little bit of a fuck to keep the game honest. Okay. Stick by your calls, good or bad. By all means, know when you fucked up, but stand your ground and maintain consistency. Mistakes happen. You're a human. Okay, that guy, he understands. He gets it. Let's one more. I'm just going to do a random one here. Because there's 250 of them. Stop being in a rush to get out of late puck drop games. Call it if you see it. You're paid to be there, even if not that much. We're paying to be there, which helps you make more money. So I think it's kind of the general consensus is just, be there, be present. You're there because you're getting paid and we're there, paying to play, and you're a part of that experience. So be there. My advice would be one of, I want to say guys or girls. Just be one of the guys or girls. Like the thing that I always hated is when you try to have casual conversation with the ref, they don't want it. They don't want to hear any of it. And I get it. Refs hear it from beer leaguers about all the bad shit they're doing. But let's normalize having a good relationship with the referees, because at the end of the day, we're all out there enjoying hockey in our own way. And I'm not saying enjoy it in your own way by just fucking yelling at the refs. I'm saying, hey, how you doing? Tell jokes, be social, in between the whistles, talk about, how your day went. It's okay to be friends with the players, and players, it's okay to be friends with the refs. Just be normal fucking human beings and enjoy each other. And I think that you can solve a lot of problems. And listen, I'm saying this as if I'm the perfect beer leaguer. I'm not. I've done a lot of shitty things in my beer league history. I've yelled at a ref. Me and a ref have had yelling matches on and off the ice, but I've done this stuff so you don't have to. I've done it. I know what the ramifications are. I know what it looks like. It's embarrassing for me as a player looking back and saying, oh shit, that guy kicked me out. And then me and him fucking had it out for everyone to see. That just a shitty look. But you know what? That could have been all avoided if I would have just either let him calling me a motherfucker roll off, or if I would have made a joke about it and then maybe he would have joked back about it. But I'm saying let's normalize having a good relationship with the refs and realize that, hey, they're humans. They could have bad days just like you. And, a little bit of sincerity and niceness can go a long way and can enhance the experience for both the players and the referees. That's my advice. Big advice.
I totally agree. I always try to, almost every time I play, I always try to open with joking with the ref. And I can generally tell how that game's going to go based on the ref's response. The refs that joke back are generally my favorite refs. And I don't even know if they're actually better at reffing, or if maybe I just give them a little bit of a pass because it feels human, right? Like
Both.
You feel like you've made this connection. So you're just like, oh, I'm not going to be as critical to this guy because we've made this connection or whatever. So I 100% agree with you.
So let me give you some openers. If you want to warm up the refs, I've got a couple of them. Number one.
All right, let's hear it.
You're sitting on the bench. Ref comes up. Obviously, he's looking at the play, so you see his backside. And if you say, hey, ref, I can tell you've been doing your squats. That usually gets a pretty good laugh.
Yep.
Another one, you could say, hey, ref, I just want to let you know you are on point this game, way better than that other ref. And then he'll usually say, yeah, just a conversation, right? It's a joke. And then the best one, the one that I always get the most laughs from refs, and it works every time, even if I said it to the referee before. Hey, ref, I have a rules question. Just curious. How many minutes are you going to give me for being too handsome. What's the penalty for that? And that's usually a pretty good. That one's a killer. It works out all the time. Yeah. And on face-offs, like I like to take face-offs as a centerman, and I'll always say, "Damn, probably the best drop I've had in 2021." And they like that stuff, right? They like joking around, So most refs will joke around with them, but just know, like if you come to them, unjoking around, like they're gonna shut down. They just are. They don't want to hear it. They're there doing their job just like you're there playing hockey. You just got to be, and I get it. I can be as nice as I am here on this microphone and as positive as I am on this microphone, Jason. I can have a bad day, and it would be pissing me off.
Yeah.
Like yesterday I was having a good day, and then you and Frank bailed, and not pissed off at you guys, just pissed off at the situation. I was in a bad mood, and I was probably a little bit ruder to my spouse than I needed to be. And she basically said, "Hey, just because your buddies bailed and they're not going to go with you to Iceland, you don't have to take it out on me." And I said, "You know what? You're right. It's not their fault anyway. It's just, situation. I apologize for taking it out on you." So no, everyone has a bad day, and little things can set people off. Like in the grand scheme of things, like it's not a big deal that you and Frank aren't going to Iceland, other than I just like you guys and I want to hang out with you guys on this cool experience. And shit happens. Like at the end of the day, shit happens. So, don't take it too serious. So that's basically, we're gonna have a big blog on refs, and we'll see what more people think about that. But that's our thing on the refs. Let's wrap this bad boy up. It's New Year's resolution time. And basically, it's going to lead into our new holiday that we're going to celebrate on the 27th. Right now, the 27th of every December is going to be Bestivus Day. You know what Bestivus is?
It's the season of Selly.
Yeah, the season of Selly. It's what we are super stoked. It's the opposite of Festivus. We're not going to air our grievances. We're going to talk about what we were happy with in 2021. Bestivus. Let's celebrate the great year that we had. Jason, what's some of your Bestivus miracles in 2021?
Bestivus miracles, man. I got to play a lot of hockey in a lot of really cool places in 2021. I got to make a bunch of new hockey friends. And I think I even got closer to my best hockey friend, Frank, through our, little episode that we had at a tournament on the boards where he clearly injured me. But even through the negative, I feel, allegedly, I feel like, I got closer to my best hockey friend as well. So, I had a great hockey year, and I'm looking forward to another great one next year.
Yeah, me too. What about you? I made a lot of really good friends. Obviously, in the nature of what I do, like I get to meet a lot of beer leaguers, which I love. I get, obviously friends that I talk to, only at hockey tournaments. And then also, a lot of those carry over to everyday life, and they'll message me. They'll ask how I'm doing. It's really, it's weird. Like I've been doing this for a long time, with a lot of different people, and with this, like with the BLPA and with the draft experience and the BLPA, I just feel way more sense of community than I ever did with the last stuff that I was doing. And I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's just connecting, being able to connect through the group way more. And people realize that, obviously Nick and Randy, we run the BLPA, but we're just like them. Like we're just beer leaguers that love doing beer league stuff. And, we're not just sitting around, trying to collect as big checks as much as we can. Like we're out there doing it. We're experiencing with them. Like we're fighting through the lows. We're happy with the highs, just like you guys. And so I've made so many new friends, so many more new friends. It's been way more fulfilling, I guess, with the BLPA, just in terms of connecting with a lot more people and having the freedom to do, a lot more things. Like if I have an idea, I can just chase it and pursue it. And, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But usually most people are pretty supportive about, what I've been trying to do. And that's pretty refreshing. It kind of, I guess when I talked about getting burnout, I think that leads to me having less burnout, because I'm not having to battle it out with more people. It's just more, let's do it. Let's make it happen. And so maybe that's where, the positivity, I know a lot of people say, well, there's blogs and what you talk about is negative. And I've had some introspective where they're right. I need to be more positive, and most of my negative stuff is more shtick anyway. But why put that out in the world? So I'm very grateful that we have the BLPA, and grateful that we have people that said, hey, maybe try being more positive. No one wants to hear being negative. And so I'm grateful that I have that kind of relationship with a lot of people. So 2021 was incredible for me. Hopefully 2022 is better. Hopefully, business, of course, but also my personal life with my wife and my kid, just my kid growing up and, getting to see him do some things and be excited about things excites me. So, it's been an incredible year. So Bestivus miracles. What are your Bestivus miracles out there, folks? What were you happy about? Let's spread some more positivity in the world and get it out there. And, whatever you're happy about now, let's talk about what we can be happy about in the new year. So what's kind of your focus in 2022, Jason? What's your beer league resolutions?
Yo,
Yeah,
crack open a cold one. The BLPA Big Show is coming right at you.
beer league resolution is going to be play more defense. I've been told by people, that I focus a little too much on scoring. So this year is going to be the year of defense. And I think it'll start at some point. Me and you are going to be a defensive pair somewhere. Like, we're going to make that happen. So we'll show that I can play the defense if I want to.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably going to shock the world. I mean, I shocked the world in LA when Dexachi beat Drafty Vuitton, and I'm ready to shock the world again. And if I have to shock it by being the best defensive pairing in Dex history with you, I'm here for it. I'll do it.
Yeah.
And so, I think that's a good resolution. I have some business ones. I have some business ones, like, in terms of, go back to Japan. I want to have a 50 team tournament, and hopefully Columbus can make that happen. This mystery thing box is pretty cool. Like, I want to I want to get to 500 mystery boxes a month. I think that would be pretty cool. Or I'm sorry, VIP boxes. And I mean, I don't know. I just want people to love the draft experiences, love playing in them and being a part of them as much as I do hosting them. Because a lot of people say, oh, it's still a job, which it is a job, but it's such a fucking awesome job. Like, it's just one of those things where you would think you would get burnout. You would think you would hate it. You would think it would be the same, but it's never the same. It's always different. And when you can surround yourself with good people, not only as staff and friends, but also people that come in and play in these, I think it's very, very awesome. So I just want people to come. If you haven't come, that's my resolution. I want you to come and try it at least once. And I promise I'll do everything in my power to make you have the best hockey weekend that you've ever had in your life. And then you'll have to come back to it, and I'll have to keep trying to prove myself. So that's that one. And then my personal one is just be a better dad, be a better husband, to try to be less focused as much as we have business wise, try to be less focused on work and, take a little time off from that to be like, hey, it's dad and husband time, which has been very hard in the first couple of years of getting a business kind of up and going. It seems like all the focus tends to go there, and it needs to go the other way, right? It needs to go to the wife and kid. And the hard part is I work so hard for them, right? Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I work so hard so I can provide for them, and because in my mind, being a good husband and dad is providing for them and giving them, the things they want and need in life. But it's weird because a lot of what they want and need is just your time and being present, which I haven't been as much as I should be. So my resolution in my personal life is to, take a little step back, still keep doing cool stuff and keep going as hard when I'm around, but, stepping back and giving a little bit more time to my family, because that's important too.
I like it.
Lots of good resolutions. If you have a beer league resolution, I do have some beer league resolutions. Let me pull them up before we end, because I do love when people interact with us. I love when they talk with us and let us know what's going on in their life, because believe it or not, myself and Jason and Randy and all of us, we care about you. We're glad that you're a part of our lives, and we want you guys to continue to hang out with us and talk with us and chat with us. And let's see if I can pull this guy up here. Nope, not that one. God, there's so many posts in the BLPA group that it's so hard to find things again. There we go. That's not that one, not that one. We have finished our NFT art, though, so that's pretty exciting. Well, we might have to do...
Yeah,
Oh, here we go. To not suck. That's Anthony's. Dan, to back check.
Anthony.
His name's Diskikio. Dan Thies to back check. Derek, I'm going to start being a nice guy. Actually show up for beer league games. So lots of good. We said make them obtainable. So the whole back checking might be tough to play defense. But, we're going to try. We might not do it. We might fail, but the journey is what's important.
We're going to give it our all. Yeah.
So, but anyway, anything to add before we get out of here?
I don't think so. Everyone have a great new year. And we'll see you in 2022.
Yeah. Hey guys, really, on a note, a sappy note, I love you guys. I think you guys are awesome. Thanks so much for the support you've given us. Not only in 2021, but you guys have supported the shit out of us. And there's no way we could say that we're more grateful other than just saying thank you. And we love you. And we hope we're making you proud as beer leaguers, not only in our events, but also, through our podcast and our media. Just have a great 2022. Have a great rest of the 2021. And I'm going to come out like a fucking beast uncaged in 2022. I'm not joking. I'm ready. Bigger and better always. So love you guys. Thank you. You can follow me at Nicker Jones on Twitter, the Nicker Jones on Instagram. Follow Jason over at Beer League Jason on Twitter. Talk with us. Follow us on the BLPA at every social media channel, even Pinterest. Love you guys. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Be good or be good at it.